just jump into this, guys. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about how to start your own digital marketing agency. Okay, how to get started, how to get your first clients, and then how to go through, take it from $0 to $10,000 per month. Okay, and then once you're at $10,000 per month, how many of you guys would love me to show you how to take it from $10,000 per month to even $100,000 per month? How would you guys like to see exactly what I've done to go through within 12 months, take my business from, in essence, 0 to over $100,000 per month with what I'm doing here? Okay, we've got Star from Venice Beach. Welcome, Star. Okay, awesome, guys. Well, that's what we're gonna be covering today. We're gonna go through, because obviously, like, if you're wanting to start your own digital marketing agency, that's the core. That's obviously the title of this video. You need to know how to get your first clients. You need to know how to go to have success with those clients, because I know a lot of people, they like want to start their own agency, but their biggest fear, and this was me a couple years ago, is, well, I want to get clients, but what if I have no idea how to help them, how to run ads for them, how to get leads or success or any of that stuff? So I want to cover that for you all today, get those first couple. And then honestly, you can run your own marketing agency as a one-man show and take it to $10,000 per month fairly easy. It really is not that hard. That's what I went through and did. But now I've kind of merged to the fact where I am just, I'm trying to go through and specialize only in sales and marketing. We're going to talk about that here as well. Okay, so awesome, guys. Let's jump into this. So the first point, and I'm looking down here because I've got these little notes right here. I've got 3 key points I want to share with you. So number 1 is get experience. Okay, what you need to do first is go through and get experience with Facebook advertising, with marketing, with starting your own agency, whether it's SEO, Facebook ads, Google ads, whatever it is. And so number 1, key point number 1 kind of contradicts number 2, which I'll tell you about here in a little bit. But you need experience. So it doesn't matter what clients you're going to go through and grab. Could be chiropractors, dentists, real estate agents, gym owners, restaurants, anything. You just need to go through and get familiar with the whole Facebook advertising marketing process. All right, now when I first got started, this is me back when I was super naive with all this stuff. I was like, man, well, everyone that has a successful agency, they've got all these testimonials, they got all this stuff. Like, how do I go through and sell somebody without any testimonials? Like, what do I go through and do? And so really the key is going and first, and it sounds like it sucks, right? But go and work for free. Go offer to run their ads for 2 weeks, for 4 weeks, whatever the time frame is, and say, hey, look, I've been really studying Facebook advertising. It's really hot right now. There's so many successful case studies out there, and I want to go through and help you with your restaurant, with your gym, with your real estate agency, whatever it is, and help you go through and market that business. Okay, so you go through and you say, hey, you don't even have to pay me. Okay, after the 2-week trial or 4-week trial or whatever you're doing, you can say, then we can go through and we can talk about what the right amount to pay me is, and we kind of move forward from there. Okay, so we'll use your Facebook advertising money. Okay, so they set aside a budget of $200, $400, $500, whatever the number is, and you go use that money to gain that skill set. Because honestly, guys, I've been through a lot of Facebook advertising courses and all that stuff, especially when I first got started. But honestly, at the end of the day, it all comes down to just getting that experience and going through and using the ads manager in Facebook or Google or any of that stuff, and you will learn way quicker, way more by actually going through and gaining that experience. Okay, so anyway, that's number 1. And the best way to go through and get clients, you guys have probably seen this on some other trainings of mine or some other people, is just going through and posting on Facebook. Hey, I've been studying Facebook ads, or I've been studying Google ads, or whatever you're been focusing on, and I'm looking for some people to go through and help them out. I won't charge anything. We'll just do a little trial run, and we'll see how it works with getting leads for you and your business. And then you're gonna get people responding, and you can go post on your personal profile. You can post in some local Facebook groups, like wherever you live. Let's say you live in Dallas. There's local Facebook groups that are Dallas specific. Okay, it could be like Dallas small business owners or Dallas gym owners or whatever it might be. Go post in those groups and just kind of start to get that communication out there. Okay, so number 2, guys. So well, let's just hit. Anybody have any questions on that real quick? I'm gonna dive into number 2, and if questions do pop up, I'll jump into that, because I know there's a little bit of a delay when we're going through and doing these YouTube lives. But if you guys have questions on number 1, hit them up in the chat box. But number 2, guys, once you go through and you have your experience, right? You've gone through, you've worked with all these different types of business owners, all these different clients. You want to niche in and get specific to one industry. Okay, now when I first got started, and this was, probably when I first got started with more of the Facebook advertising agency model. This is probably 2.5 years ago or something like that. I was working with dentists, chiropractors, real estate agents, network marketers, insurance agents. I was like working with so many different types of people just to gain that experience. But then we started seeing consistently really good results with the real estate market. Okay, real estate agents, real estate investors, real estate brokers. And so I went all in on that. I went all in and just started focusing on those because we had some campaigns that were working extremely well to get buyer leads, seller leads, promote their open houses, promote their listings. And so I was like, you know what? I can either go through and continue to try to reinvent the wheel of, okay, I've got a new insurance broker. Like I need to go find out a good campaign that's going to work for them. And then the next day you've got a mortgage broker. The next day you've got a fitness, a gym owner, personal trainer, and going and trying to recreate the wheel every single time you bring on a new client. Or you can have maybe 4 to 5 campaigns that convert super well and just focus and stick with those. Okay, so that's what I went through and did. We're starting to get some really good results in the real estate market. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go all in with this. I'm gonna only do real estate because I know these campaigns work. And now my only focus is getting new clients, getting new customers on to go through and help them take their business to the next level. Okay, so anyway guys, that's kind of key number 2. So like you can see how it kind of contradicts number 1. But number 1 is obviously like just getting out there, getting that experience, bringing on your first couple of clients. And then once you see like, hey, maybe you're killing it with chiropractors, or you're killing it with dentists, or with realtors, or whatever, then you go through and you focus just on that niche. And my recommendation to you, and this is what one of my mentors told me. He went through and said, hey Jason, focus on real estate. He's like, you've been having good success in real estate. Don't go out of real estate until you've made at least $1 million. Okay, and now we've well surpassed that, but we're still focused on real estate because 1, it's a huge market. We can go through and just really grow our business, and we just continue to get success, and we continue to improve our model, our campaigns that we're running for all of our different clients. Okay, so number 3 guys, we're getting this. So we got number 1, go out, get experience, grab some of those initial clients, get testimonials, get those case studies. Okay, work some stuff for free. It sounds like a little bit of a pain right at the very get-go. Okay, but honestly, for long-term results, we're not in this for the quick win. We're not in this for the quick buck. We want to go through and build a long-term sustainable business. If you're in it for the quick buck, you might have success for 6 to 12 to 18 months, but everyone else is going to come in and they're just going to take over, and you're not going to really be able to set yourself apart. Okay, and then once you go through and you find a niche where you're really seeing great results, focus in 100% on that niche. Now, we've worked with over 3,000 realtors now, real estate agents, brokers, and we've kind of started a few months ago. We started moving into loan officers, mortgage brokers. But honestly, the only reason why is because someone looking to buy a home that a real estate agent is going to work with, that's the same exact person that's going to need a loan from a lender. Okay, so it's literally the same lead. And there's so many synergies with with those industries that it makes total sense to go through and jump over there. All right, so number 3 guys. Okay, and if you guys have any questions at this point, just go hit them in the chat box. I'll make sure I'll get to all those questions. We can even save some time here at the end to answer all the questions you guys might have. But once you go through and so anyway, those first 2 keys, that should be able to get you from $0 to $10,000 per month. Okay, and that should be enough, where you can go through and you can do the sales and marketing for your clients, and you can do the fulfillment for your clients. And that's what I did for the first several months. And then it got to a point where I was like, you know what? I don't have time to go through and fulfill for all these clients, and I don't have time to do the sales and marketing, just jump back and forth. And because you just end up losing so much time and effort and energy by switching gears, right? Where it's like you're doing sales calls, and then someone's like, hey, I need help with this support item, or I need you to do this or do that. So you're just always jumping back and forth, and you don't see any great results from it. So as you start to grow, what I would recommend is, because you found out kind of the model, you've had the experience of going through and setting up the campaigns, go find someone that you can hire okay, to start setting up those campaigns for you and doing the fulfillment. Okay, just find one person, find someone you can trust, someone you like to work with, you enjoy working with, and then you can focus 100% on the sales. And obviously at the beginning, you're gonna have to spend a little bit of time training that person up. But the idea is when that second person, when you hire that second fulfillment account manager person, the person that you initially trained, they can train them. Okay, so now you're starting to leverage yourself, you're starting to branch out, and you can focus 100% on the sales and marketing aspect. And we're gonna get that here in just a second. We've got Joel saying Facebook for real estate must be very tricky. Does Facebook have that data on possible home buyers? Honestly, Joel, it's not too tricky. Okay, obviously, and there's all the new Facebook algorithm updates everyone's kind of freaks out on. Is like, well, how does this affect real estate and all this? And honestly, it really doesn't affect it too much. Our campaigns have stayed pretty consistent. Really, the biggest change that I've seen with the new Facebook algorithm update is I think I have a little over 30,000 followers on my Facebook page. And if I make a Facebook post and even a Facebook Live, which used to get way more reach, you might get 50 people that are actually seeing that if I don't put money behind it. So 50 people reach with 30,000 people that follow you, it's not really beneficial. So like, anyway, the game of like having so many followers and likes and all that and on Facebook doesn't really matter anymore. So anyway, but also, does Facebook have data on possible home buyers? Yes, they do. So they've got, you can go through and target by homeowners. So like if you're doing like a seller leads campaign for people looking to go through and sell their home, you could target people that are homeowners. You could target people that are renters. There's several other different interests and groups and all that stuff that you can go through and target. Okay, so back to kind of like you went through, you hired your first person, you're training them on support fulfillment. Now you are shifting. Okay, you're shifting your focus to 100% sales and marketing. And what you need to do is you need to get a consistent sales process that you can know and rely on, that happens every week, every day, like you got to set like a certain amount of time. Like, so I go through and I'll do live webinars every single week. Okay, and I know that every single week, this is like a proven model, proven process that I can go through and put a majority of my budget, my expenses for my whole company into that advertising, just to bring on new clients. Okay, so that's really what you want to do. You want to get to the point where like you go and you first get your first $10,000 per month. And honestly, that doesn't really you don't really need to spend a lot of money. You can do that 100% for free with no advertising budget. And then what I do, let's say your expenses for 10 grand a month, let's say your expenses are like 5 grand or whatever, I put like 70 to 80% of my total expenses, so 70 to 80% of that 5 grand into my advertising. Okay, because then the whole goal is, now we want to build something that's going to be a long-term sustainable, long-term growth. So we're not necessarily interested in like those first 90 to 120 days of making the quick money. Like, I don't know about you guys, but like it's great. I like to make money too, but I'd rather go and make $100 million 10 years from now as opposed to $100,000 right now. Does that make sense? So like, I'm going through and I'm building this with a long-term mindset, that if I go through and invest more in my business, into advertising, getting more leads, more clients on board, then in a year I'm gonna be able to have a business that's gonna be doing a couple $100,000 per month, and it's gonna be that much more beneficial, right? So okay, we've got a few questions here. Will saying, how do you see Facebook ads and doing what you do change with the Cambridge Analytica scandal? Honestly, yeah, like that's obviously an issue. I think that's more of an issue for Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook, to be completely honest, because it's just the whole data breach and all that. We still have all those tools and everything accessible to us as advertisers, as business owners. And really, Will, the big key thing on that is you always are going to be changing whatever platform you're marketing on, because like right now Facebook ads is hot. 10 years ago Google ads was super hot. Okay, and most people actually aren't doing YouTube ads, which I'm jumping in and doing YouTube ads, and those are working amazingly well. So really, it doesn't matter like whether it's Facebook or Google or what the platform is. There's always going to be something new, whether it's Instagram, Snapchat. You got to go through and just evolve the model as time changes and things evolve. So like, even if, let's say Facebook ads, let's say it just totally shut down tomorrow, okay, and the whole Cambridge Analytica scandal that like totally just like crashed everything, honestly, I wouldn't really worry because I'm not relying 100% on Facebook for my lead generation and for my marketing. And I'm not relying that well, I'm actually right now we're kind of focused on that for our clients just because it's converting so well, and we haven't really seen I mean it's only been a couple days, but we haven't seen a huge shift or change with anything recently. So anyway, oh, Joel's laughing at that comment. Okay, cool. Okay, so now we're going through and we're putting a majority of our budget into our advertising, our marketing, whether it's Google, Facebook, or if it's some new platform that's come out to go through. Because guys, just so you know, there's so many other advertising networks and resources that it's not just Facebook, it's not just Google. Okay, I work with some advertising networks where there's these guys that have massive email lists or text messaging lists, or they have big blogs that you can go put banner ads on them. There's like so many different ways you can go through and target your ideal customer and bring people into your business. So it's not just Facebook there, but I would go through and make sure you're putting a majority of your budget into that lead generation, into client acquisition, bringing more customers in, and that's your sole focus. Okay, and you're just going through as you're bringing more clients, you hire more account reps to help you with the fulfillment. And then if it gets to a point where you're like, hey, I can't handle all the sales myself, we're getting so many leads, then you can go through and hire a second or third or fourth sales guy, right? So that's what we're starting to do right now. We hired just probably 2-3 months ago, we hired a second sales guy to help me with all the incoming leads and all that stuff that we're generating. So that's basically it, guys. Go through, get experience, kind of go start working with any and all clients, get your experience with Facebook ads, Google ads, with going through and marketing on blogs or whatever it might be. Second, find which niche that is just really connecting with you, where you're finding your best results, your best case studies. Focus in on that 100% till you've made at least $1 million. Okay, and then once you go through and focus on that as you're growing, you're focusing 100% on sales, and you're putting 70 to 80% of your expenses as a whole into advertising, into marketing. And then you're hiring more account reps to be able to go through and handle the new onboarding of clients. And then you go focus 100% on sales until you get to the point where like you're getting so many leads, so many everything, that you have to hire more salespeople to go through and expand it out. Okay, let's hit these up. Okay. Will, classic. Is there a version of Arsenal that allows you to build landing pages for other agents to get leads emailed to them and myself? Prince Derval Romans, we're actually working on that right now. We don't have like necessarily like right now Arsenal is built for the individual agent. So what you could do is you can go through and set up a lead generation campaign and have the leads notified and sent to the actual agent. As far as right now sending them to you and the agent, we only have it going to one person. Actually, you know what we've done actually in the past with some people that have wanted to do that? You know how you can set up and create a group alias email? So like let's say we've got our support at arsenalmkg.com, right? And then we have multiple people. When someone emails support, we have multiple people that get that email. So that's what you could do there, Prince. That's what we've done in the past. I totally forgot about that. But you could set up like Kansas Realtor at prince.com or whatever the email address is, and then have that send to, when we send out the lead notification, it goes to you and the realtor as well. Okay. Phil saying long-term thing is great mindset. Yep, definitely. 80% of their ad budget to generate leads, build a long-term relationship with your clients. Exactly, Joel, nailed it. Okay, Joel saying, where do you find your account reps or freelancers to do these tasks? Honestly, guys, where I find that, and this is a great question because this is something that I know people have struggled with in the past, is I just reach out to my existing audience. Okay, after you've been doing this for so long, I'll just go through and make a post on Facebook, because you start to gain like even if you're not really trying, you start to gain followers on Facebook. People add you as friends on Facebook. They will jump on your email list. And even though you're marketing specific, like I market specifically to realtors, I get digital marketers all the time jumping on, and they kind of just want to see what I'm doing, right? So anyway, I would just go through, and this is what we've done even this week. I did a Facebook Live in our Facebook group. I posted like on our Facebook page, or I posted on my personal profile before. I've done an email blast and just saying, hey, if you guys are interested in working with us, we're growing, we're hiring again, which also that excites people on your email list because they're like, wow, they're growing again, like it must be working. And so like they get more belief and confidence in you and what you're doing. Okay, so Joel, hopefully that helps. And also, like when I initially, like when I didn't have super big following, we have a few colleges actually around where I live. We have about 70,000 university students, and so I knew a couple that were just there. But ideally I like to go through and reach out to my existing following and community, because more than likely they've seen some of my trainings on Facebook ads, on the software, on the setup, on everything. So the onboarding and getting them up to speed is that much faster. Okay, let's see. Hey Jason, I've been following you for a while. You rock. Awesome. How do you set up the software platform used for your specific niche? How did you set up the software platform used for your specific niche? So Giovanna, thanks for the comments. Thanks for following us. We've been building this platform out for probably 3 to 4 years. So we've gone through, because we built out from scratch. We're not using any like third-party service that we're just white labeling. Like we built it from scratch. It's all custom to us. And we started building out I think 3-4 years ago, and then we started going like full-time all in with it about 2.5 years ago. Okay, so that's what we've done. We do go through and do white labels of the software. It's not really my focus. I don't like to focus on that, but we do offer that there. Will is classic. We're talking about me jumping on your webinar's Facebook page and stalking. Probably will. You're probably the exact person I'm talking about there. Okay, well, cool guys. Well, let me just jump in. I want to share with you guys, just for anyone, like, you know, if you're kind of wondering where to get started on all this stuff, I have put together a course. It's called the 6-Figure Agency. I just dropped a link in the chat box. If you're watching the replay of this, what I'll do is I'll put it down in the description as well. And this is basically my step-by-step guide of gaining clients, getting clients, going through and taking it, building your business to $0 to $10,000 per month. It's all real estate and mortgage specific and focused. So you'll see all of my real estate lead generation campaigns, my mortgage lead generation campaigns, how I go through, and you'll see the contracts that we use to sign up clients, because that's really big. Is once you sign somebody up, you want to get them to sign a contract, so you know there's a good understanding of what you're going to do for them and what they're going to expect from you, so that there's not any issues down the road. And then I go through and show you how to get your first couple clients, how to charge them, what different products and services to offer, and then how to go through and scale things up from there. Okay, so if you guys want that, obviously it's just, you know, it's not really, honestly, it's not even really a moneymaker for me. I put it together because I thought it'd be helpful for some people that are following me here. And that's pretty much it, guys. That's the quick 3-step rundown. Okay, gain experience, go run stuff for free for your clients. Number 2, niche down on where you're going to go, where you've been having good success and results. Then 3, go start hiring other people and putting a majority of your ad budget into your lead generation, client acquisition to scale and grow things to the next level. Okay, so anyway guys, if you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead, hit that thumbs up button. I would greatly appreciate it. It would help other people see this as well. If you guys want to share it, you know, I'd obviously love it. And then if you guys are not subscribed yet, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. I launch a new video every single Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm trying to do more YouTube lives. I don't know if you guys have been watching me for a little bit now, but I was actually banned from doing YouTube lives for 90 days, which was insane. I was like, anyway, I must have broken some rule I had no idea about, because I was kind of a newbie to YouTube, which was all good. But anyway, so yeah, go ahead, subscribe to the channel. I've got, for everyone that subscribes, I've got a free Facebook ads mini course, $97 value. Just go to my channel, hit refresh, and there's gonna be a video and a link to that mini course there. Hook you guys up. And then also we've got the 6-Figure Agency link right there. And anyway guys, thanks so much for watching. I'll try to jump on. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do a live on Monday yet, or just kind of like a pre-recorded video. But thanks so much for jumping on, commenting. I love the engagement. I love, you know, seeing kind of like the different questions and be able to answer and help you guys out as much as possible. But with that said, I'm gonna leave you guys all, but I hope you have an amazing weekend. And with that said, I will talk to you all later.